everyone, this is Tanya from the Saved by King Jesus channel. Welcome back. So today I have a message for Joe Biden. Hey Joe, how about North Carolina? Extreme urgency. It seems that no money has arrived yet. Greg Murphy, RNC, says help for struggling North Carolina communities months after storms needs to not only be a federal response, but also a state response.
So you sent out a letter to your constituents, and I read it. It recently said the priority in Washington is to ensure our neighbors receive the federal assistance that they need. It was 4 weeks ago, November 18th, that the White House said $98 billion is what we need. And here we are, and it hasn't come. Why?
Blake, I think a lot of the things that were sent down by Biden's administration had a lot of things in there that should not be in for disaster relief. And that's given some individuals a fair amount of, and I think deservedly so, heartburn. The North Carolina State General Assembly passed a bill for disaster relief, sent it to Governor Cooper. He vetoed it. They're trying to override the veto. This needs to be not only a federal response, but also a state response. That said, there have been a lot of things with FEMA. They apologized last week because they basically weren't truthful about the number of trailers being sent to Western North Carolina. But this is something that there is extreme urgency to be dealt with. I mean, temperatures are plummeting up there in the mountains, and we need to get this done. We don't need people blocking it. We need to take out some things that don't need to be there, but we need to get this done in D.C.
I hear you about heartburn. I was on the local Asheville paper, the Citizen Times today. Here's the headline, Congressman. It says thousands of private bridges were damaged during Helene. Nonprofits are helping to rebuild. It says that there were 7,000 reports of damage to private roads and bridges in Western North Carolina. 2,700 households have received some funding, 8.2 million, though more applications are pending. There are some Republicans in the House Freedom Caucus who are holding this up. You talk about the heartburn. Andy Harris is the Republican head of the Freedom Caucus. As you know, there was the Key Bridge in Maryland, which went down, and he gave an interview, Congressman, in which he said, will it all get done? Talking about Key Bridge funding. Will it all get done? The entire $2 billion? I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure we can make a down payment. And here's why I bring that up, Congressman, because it seems like there's some who are saying, when there's tragedy in my backyard, I'm good with spending. When there's tragedy not in my backyard, heartburn, as you put it. And it sounds hypocritical.
Well, it's nonsense to do this. We are a nation. That's why we have states. That's why we have a federal government to help in times of need in different states, be there wildfires out in the West, tragic, hurricanes that happen on the coast, or ones that, hell, go up the Ohio Valley like this is. This is a time, actually, that we need to come together as government. That said, I don't think wish lists or parks or somewhere else as far as disaster relief needs to occur. But we need to get moving with this. There's enough of the obstructionism. There's enough of the, hey, it's not 100% perfect. I'm not going to vote for that kind of bill. We've seen that way too many times, especially in the last 2 years here. It's time for people to understand that we're here as a federal government to help people in times of need. What has happened in Western North Carolina is biblical. It's sad. It's been there. I've been out there. We need to help those individuals. We need to help them yesterday. It threw the nonsense sent in by the Biden administration, but we also need to get our state and our federal partners working yesterday to make sure that the folks get the relief that they deserve.
Meanwhile, President Joe Biden gives another $988 million to Ukraine and $1 billion in humanitarian support for Africans, as he's bragged about the U.S. being the world's largest provider of humanitarian aid and development. But again, I say, hey, Joe, how about North Carolina?
North Carolina still struggling, reeling from Helene devastation.
Yep, we're only 9 days into December, and so far this month, Joe Biden has committed another $988 million to Ukraine and $1 billion to Africa, not to mention the humanitarian relief he just promised to Syria. So, nearly $2 billion in foreign aid this month. But if you're in North Carolina, you're out of luck.
Joining us now, Asheville, North Carolina, husband and wife who have been documenting the devastation for months. Photographer Matt Van Swol and documentary filmmaker Aaron Durham. Great to see both of you, Matt and Aaron. Again, we just so appreciate everything that you're doing to tell the stories of people there in Western North Carolina. I guess that the survivors of Helene can be grateful that FEMA has extended the hotel assistance through the new year. That's, have you gotten anything from this administration? Have you gotten a visit from the governor recently that you know of?
No, not that I know of. No. And it really is incredibly demoralizing to see the numbers that you put up on the screen of nearly $2 billion going overseas when the road I drive my kids down, which you just showed drone footage of, still looks exactly like that. And there's really, we've been talking a lot. It doesn't seem like there's much of an end in sight. And I'm so happy to see JD Vance come out and give a message of hope, because right now we've just been incredibly demoralized, just seeing nothing on the horizon of any help coming.
But Aaron, let me just ask you this, because I appreciate that JD Vance is there, but Trump and Vance are not in office yet. They can rhetorically be helpful, but it's hard for them to mechanically, operationally be helpful. You're going to have to wait until they're there, apparently. I don't know, unless Biden does something. Talk about the needs right now. I mean, what does America need to know about? I'm seeing snow on the ground, okay? I know your roads are messed up. Talk about what's going on there.
Yeah, I mean, like Matt said, the road that we drive our kids to every day, to the left of that road, every single bridge is still gone in the river. There's trash all over the trees. There is debris everywhere, trees still down that haven't been fixed. It is still incredibly dire, and we are, through Operation Shelter, we are still getting messages every single day of people saying, I'm cold, I'm living in a tent, I had an RV, but it broke. Can you help me? People saying, can you help with rent? We've been rejected by FEMA. And so many people that we just we didn't know about. And I find out through a friend that they were too embarrassed to tell me that they also haven't been rejected by FEMA, but haven't heard from them in 2 months. And these are people with little kids. These were homeowners, taxpayers, like people that are just being kind and patient, not screaming like Matt and I on X, but not getting any help either. So, we've reached out to our friends with Operation Shelter, Mercury One, Samaritan's Purse, people just desperately asking, like, can you help? Can you help this random person I just met this morning? Or a mother with a 2.5-year-old that doesn't have anywhere to live right now. These are stories we're getting every single day. So, and we just keep looking at ourselves going, we're not FEMA, we're not social workers, but we're left to help these people. We're their only option right now. That's hard.
And I know Donald Trump is a billionaire, so why isn't he helping North Carolina with some of his money, even as a donation? Or how about Elon Musk or the Vatican? A lot of Christians there. It sure shows what the Vatican is for, and it's not for the people. It's the biggest, oldest corporation in the world. Our King Jesus didn't bring us this far to abandon us now. You were called, you were chosen. You were knit together in your mother's wombs, fearfully and wonderfully made. We are called to serve. King Jesus bless you all.